Hey everybody, and you're welcome. Why are you welcome? You're welcome because I'm about to tell you about the best GoPro accessory you can buy. I have bought dozens and dozens of GoPro accessories. They're all good in their own way, and I've recently purchased one which pretty much does away with all of these. And it is the first, if not the only GoPro accessory I think you should be buying. What have I done in the past? I've bought various fittings I've adapted so I can put my camera on there. You've got all these different clips, so maybe that one can then go onto your helmet. But of course, if you want a different setup, you have to take that off again. And then you fit that to a different thing if you want your shorty to be on. Maybe you've got a different version of the shorty, so you then have to take it off that one, put it onto this one, which then allows you to have a different kind of shorty. Or what's the other thing this one does? Oh, this one's a tripod as well. So you've got a tripod, you've got that point of view shot. So we're trying to replicate the tripod, the selfie stick, the point of view shot. Even got these clips so that you can try, if you like, to do some kind of cool shots, like if you're following someone on a mountain bike. That's really cool to have that backward facing shot, but that means you've got to clip that onto someone's rucksack. Or if you want the best GoPro shot for point of view for mountain biking, or actually for any kind of blogging, if you were doing a city tour, you've probably got to put one of these on. And I bloody hate these. This harness, it's a pain in the bum to get on. I always seem to get it on wrong. It feels quite, you're doing this. It's quite constrictive here, getting it right, fiddling around with it. And if you want your mate to do it, you've got to take that with you, as well as, this is what happens. I just really hate those. So I've got all of those. Hey, you might even have this where you can put it through your shoulder strap on your rucksack, but it relies on you having a rucksack. Or even got one of these where you clip the GoPro on there, because if you were doing a cookery demonstration, you'd need to have that kind of view where you're looking down, etc. Get rid of all of those and buy this. There are two versions of this. The description is, or the link to both of them, one slightly more expensive than the other, is down below. So what is this? This is magnetic, and it comes in 3 parts. It's bloody brilliant, and I'm going to show you out in the field, but let me just explain to you. So you've got this one part that you connect your camera to. That's it. Whether this is a GoPro 7 in a case, my GoPro 8 or 9, etc., has the prongs that hang down, doesn't matter. So I'm just going to put this is going to attach to one thing. So once this is attached, this is in place, I'm just going to leave this on here. Don't need to do anything else. Okay, so it's got this. Now the reality is that would work as a little tripod. Because it's like that, you could put your fingers through it like that. If you are doing a blog, you can do it like that, and actually that is a really nice platform with your fingers down there to show people the sights, turn it round, that's a good length, and do your blogging, talking to camera. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to Dicking About TV. That's pretty cool. That's all handheld stuff. For my mountain bike shots, I like having it like that and then flying over it on a little jump, etc. So you can do that, and it's a mate tripod. But what about all the other shots? The first magnetic bit. That's very strong. So what am I going to do? I want it to be there. I want my harness to be there, tilting up a bit so that when I lean over on the bike, it's perfect. So all I'm going to do, this is just so it doesn't drop down. This isn't to keep it from losing it. This is just to stop it from dropping down in your shirt. So for one thing, it works best if you've got a base layer underneath rather than just a loose flapping t-shirt, but I wear a base layer, even a short sleeve one, in the summer anyway. So I'm going to pop that in there. Ignoring this doesn't position it, that's just to stop it from falling down in your trousers. So I reckon I want it about there. There we go. I'm now going to adjust that, 2 fingers is about right. so that when I'm on the bike, that now is my point of view bike shot. And with the GoPro stability, the Hypersmooth, that works brilliantly. So that's one shot. That's pretty cool. I like that. What about the more creative shots? What about a shot where you want a sideways view as you're going along, which is a really, really cool shot to have. So let's try this. We're going to pop this just in there on the shoulder. Okay, so now I'm going to position that. Now I can ride along. Hey, maybe I want it the other way up. There we go. I want to ride along next to my buddy who's doing some jumps on there, and as I ride along, he's going to be filming him. That's a very cool shot. Again, this same shot here, it's just north and south magnets. That's all we're talking about. If you're doing a cooking show, if you're doing a fishing show, and you want that point of view, you could tilt it like that. You could turn this upside down, and so it's pointing right down over, and you can go, hey, this is what I'm cooking today. This is how I tie my fishing knot. If you want that other view, which is slightly more panoramic, turn it upside down so you've got all of that, and hey, this is me casting, this is me catching a fish. It is so versatile, it's absolutely fantastic. Another great shot, which you can hardly ever get on a mountain bike, is a following shot. Because you're either relying on someone putting a harness on their back, or maybe the person in front of you having a clip on their helmet that you can sort of position it to point backwards, but then you always get the side of the helmet in. Actually, just the guy in front of you. Put this down the back of his shirt to where however high or low you want, click the camera on, and now as you're following him, you've got that shot, right, that fantastic shot of you actually following down the trail. This is so good. This is so versatile. I want to do a shot where I'm looking down at my forks. So what do? Do you know what? I'm going to pop that in there. This isn't a particularly tight shirt. I'm going to pop that in there, fix the camera. Right, now when I'm cycling along, I can have that pointing down to my forks because I want to do a bit of a talk about how the forks behave. That's how versatile it is. It's absolutely brilliant. Now, if you want to do other vlogging, what's this extra bit they've got? Well, hang on, how does that work? You've got that sticking to that, and then also sticking to that. Why do you need the third bit? This is really clever. This bit, so there's your standard, that fits to that. Oh, another thing, if you're out in the car park or you're doing a cookery show, side of your car, side of your van is metallic. You literally take that bit off, and I want to do a vlog. I want to do a piece to camera. I'm going to stick it on the side of the van or stick it on the side of my car, bang, at head height. You've got your hands free to talk and say, hey, welcome to this shoot. Today I'm going to try and do this. You could stick it to your fridge while you're doing a cookery show. That's how versatile it is. So, why have we got the extra bit? I'm super excited about this. If you want to carry something like a shorty, which is a really, really good little tripod. You don't need it because you can use this as a tripod, remember? Oh, another thing you can do, I'm going to get super excited. If you want to use this as a tripod, but a bit higher, on a tree or anything, you could hook that through and have that up against the tree. So it doesn't move, you know, it'd be flush on the tree, using it, and then adjust that. So actually you could have a head height shot with this wrapped around the tree in order to get that passing shot on your mountain bike. That's like 10 different shots you can do just with this one accessory. If you like using one of these, you like using a little tripod, or maybe you want the bigger tripod, one that's more versatile, another great GoPro accessory. So you want that in your bag as well. The beauty is you don't want to start undoing and fiddling stuff. So to avoid that, this extra bit, this extra magnet, you put on there and you leave on there. So this tripod now has that as part of it. Yeah. Well, hang on a minute. I want to start using this. I want to use it as a tripod. All all you have to do, make sure it stands up properly. You leave it on the magnet. Okay, it's instantly transferred it to be a longer selfie stick, or for a different view, panoramic view, or even that level of tripod, a slightly higher tripod. That's great, you can use that. You don't have to unscrew anything. You've stopped using that, you put it back in your bag, or maybe that's just one trip, you take that round, and the rest of the time, you just use this. It is bloody brilliant. It is such a simple way to avoid buying all of this stuff. You get the same shots you would have had, and even more. And links to both, one slightly more expensive version, are in the description below. I'm going to very quickly go outside and I'll show you how to set up a few shots and show you just how well it works. Let's go outside. Okay, time for the first test, and after all I've said about this, the magnets, how strong they are, etc., will it actually stay on if I go over a few drops? Let's go and find out. Hop on board.
So obviously the first thing that happens is there's a big blob of mud on the lens, but hey, the idea of this test is to find out whether the magnets will hold after these drops. And they do. Great job.
Okay, so here's another 2 uses for it if you're out blogging. Actually, if you're doing a street, you're wandering around doing a city tour. Firstly, you can obviously put it like that, and as you walk around doing your city tour, this, that and the other. Have a look at this footage. Then you can snap it off. You can move it up like that, and you can use this to do a panoramic shot. So I'm going to do a shot of the trees now. There we go, that was that shot. Then you can also use this same as a stable platform if you're going to do blogging. Whichever way around, you can show there, and then you can go, hey guys, so I'm here at the top of the trailhead. I'm out with some new friends, and we're going to go down Countdown. And I'm going to show you the view from my chest, my buddy's chest behind me, and then from his back, looking back at me. So let's have a go. And that's how easy it is to blog using this. One more thing, have a look at this. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to pop it there on the floor in the middle of the trail. Keep looking at that, and what it means is I can create 2 shots with it like that. The first shot and the second shot is up past it that way. So we've done those. You can also move this onto the shoulder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this clip onto this shoulder. It doesn't strangle me first. Okay, that's now on my shoulder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one. I'm just using the magnets on my shoulder just so I can film running parallel to somebody. So let's see how this works. Yeah, mate. Okay, so the other one is, this is the chest view, me looking forward. I've got my buddy James here. I quite like the view because I'm all about me, the backward facing view. So he's got his rucksack. This is the magnet that was in my shirt. I'm going to open that up, pop the magnet bit in there, clamp that down to it, close it back up, and that now, if you lean forward, mate, so what I need to do, I need it to be that way up. That's it, bit left. So when I'm actually following him, that might be a bit right. If you put you on like you're cycling, how would you normally be? So I reckon that's about right. So there we go, that's on. Let's see how this camera angle looks.
Love it.
Give me a bit of over there.
Lovely, mate. After the success of the camera on James's back, we literally undid the magnet and put it down the front of his shirt, which sounds rude but isn't. Let's see how it looks. And as is Sod's law, as soon as we started, there was a big blob of mud on the camera. So I'm not going to make you watch any of this. And in true TV style, back to the studio.
Okay, we're back. Those are great shots, aren't they? This is a brilliant bit of kit. It doesn't do everything. In fact, the only thing I can think it doesn't do is affix to the bar, so effectively you've got the camera looking back at you. If that's the only thing it can't do, don't buy any of these things. Just buy this. It's bloody brilliant. There we go. You're welcome. Thanks for watching. See you next time.